everyone, and welcome to Knife Review 3000. Today we've got the K-Bar TDI Investigator law enforcement fixed blade knife, model 1493. As you can see there, K-Bar. There's the TDI logo, which is Tactical Defense Institute, and then 1493 Taiwan. So this little guy, obviously fixed blade, kind of geared towards law enforcement, which is a little odd to me. I've spent a few years in law enforcement, security, military security, etc., and I've never heard of a fight coming down to a knife. So I'm sure it's happened, but it's very uncommon that a knife or a fight ends with a knife. That being said, this is still a good EDC knife, just for civilians. All the law enforcement security out there, can certainly carry it too, but if it's anything like me, I didn't have a whole lot of room in my belt for something like this, but much less a belt that small. But in any case, I'm going to mainly be talking about carrying this civilian side, off-duty, and the practicalities of it as just an EDC, box opener kind of thing, but also self-defense side too. So what you get for $34 is a 2-inch blade. Cutting edge is 2 inches, is about 2 1/8 or so total. The whole thing's about 5 inches long, so you can see there's no way I'm getting my pinky on there, but it's fat enough that you can get the 3 fingers on there, and then a nice fat jimping there for a thumb to go on, and it's very secure, as secure as 3 fingers can get you. There is a little issue with these edges right here aren't rounded, so your knuckles kind of digging into an edge right there. So I wouldn't want to use this for long-term cutting down boxes or anything. That would there would definitely be a hot spot right there, just that 90-degree angle digging into your knuckle. With that being said, there are a few different versions of this, some with basically the same blade but a longer handle, so that might be an option to think of a little skinnier too. And then there's also a larger version than that with a longer blade and longer handle. I think that's the large TDI, is what they call it. So, if this one doesn't seem like it'd be big enough for you for what you need, there are other options. There's other blade finishes. There's half serrated, full serrated, different colors. You can get your teal Space Force version if you want, but the main reason I got this one was because of the holster, or sheath, I'm sorry. The sheath is the only one in the series that has a movable belt clip. All the other ones have it positioned like this, the bottom down here, top up here. It goes on your belt, and it's a metal belt clip. I wanted to be able to move it around because I carry most of my fixed blades appendix just right in front of me, and this would be the only version that I saw that you could do that. So that's why I got this one. Also, what you get with this is this little bag of goodies. I'll have to say these are not the screws that came on it, which was a big disappointment when I got it. This belt clip was let's see, went like that with the bottom down here and the top, the screws were up here. I couldn't figure out a way that they were thinking that that would be a good way to carry it. I'm not left-handed. Even, you know, behind your back and appendix, side, hip, I mean, I couldn't figure out how that would work. So I went to take the clip off. It's like, no big deal. I'll flip it around. Well, it was kind of a pain because, let's see, just empty all this out. What came on it were these guys that don't have a groove for a screwdriver. Most of them have a flathead screwdriver groove, so you can put one side on there, put a Phillips on that side, and take it off. So not only that, it had Loctite on it. You can see the blue in there. So these were a pain to get off. I finally found a pair of pliers that I could grip onto that tiny edge, and then I could unscrew it with the Phillips head on the other side. So, you know, I don't know why they'd put a removable clip on there and then make it, you know, a pain to remove. But anyway, that's what came with it. Also comes with little screws and a little tiny wrench for like a Torx wrench for the handles. So you can take these handles off, replace them. As far as I know, there's no aftermarket handles. There might be, you know, small makers on Etsy or eBay that make handles for these, but I couldn't find like a major Flytanium or something handle for them. But if you want them off, you can take them off. So that's what comes with it. Some extra screws, which is, it's nice, but I wish there would have been a groove in there. Would have made my day a little bit shorter. I'll just put those over there. Alright, so as I was just saying, comfortability, not too bad. The only hot spot is right there. It just digs into your knuckle. So other than that, it's comfortable. You know, it's kind of based on a karambit style, you know, which generally you can get all three fingers and then your pinky in there. So you can see I'm not a karambit guy, but I had this cold steel plastic thing laying around, which is really comfortable actually. But as you can see, they're made to get that pinky in there, or the pointer finger if you're gonna go at it that way. But so as far as that's concerned, you know, long-term use is probably out with this guy, but that's not really what it's for. It's for self-defense. So, you know, you can get a good grip on it. It is pointing in the general direction of the bad guy. So you can slash, punch with it fairly easily. It's fairly intuitive. Carrying it, appendix, it's really easy to get out. The clip is not big enough. It would definitely not be big enough for like carry belts. It's not big enough for my just regular leather belt, which in the front where I carry the appendix, it's 2 layers thick of leather. That wouldn't fit in there. So I've been just carrying it with pants I don't need a belt with, and it works great in that situation. If I need a belt, I'm kind of out of luck. I'll have to put it somewhere else, usually in the drawer, wear something else. So that's kind of the deal with that. So you know, it would be good for EDC if you're okay with, you know, small blade. It's not super slicey with this coating on it. Even going through cardboard and stuff, you can tell that it's just getting hung up on this kind of black coating. You can tell it's not smooth at all. But this again really isn't for that either. It's for poking holes in people, and I'm sure it could do a fine job at that. It doesn't really matter too much about that coating on there. And then as far as getting it back in the sheath, there's a nice big mouth there, and just slips in. Good retention. It's not too light, not too heavy, it's just right. You've got a patch of grooves there that you can push off of, and works really well. So that's my take on the K-Bar TDI Investigator Law Enforcement Fixed Blade Knife Model 1493. If you haven't subscribed, please do. That would help me out a lot. And if you have any questions, leave them below. And y'all have a good day. Thanks.